Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. It is so good to see you today. Today's class is going to be a strength-focused vinyasa flow. So we're going to move through a lot of creative sequences, a lot of strength-building movements and postures. So I'm super excited about this one. If you are too, you can join me on the mat in child's pose. So we're going to make our way into child's pose with the knees wide apart and the big toes together. And before we get started, please do not forget to subscribe and to let me know at the end of the class what you thought about the sequence today. All right, so making your way into child's pose, closing the eyes and taking a moment to tune into your body and into the present moment. Let's maybe take a deep breath in and then exhale out through the mouth, let it go. And another deep breath in. And release. We're going to start to move into tabletop. So rounding the spine as you move forward. And then make your way back to child's pose. So keep the knees where they are. Arch the back as you pull the hips back. Exhale, round your spine, move forward. Inhale, arch the back, pull back. 3 more like that, breathing out. And breathing in. And last 2 at your own pace. And last one, we meet in tabletop with a rounded spine. Let's bring the knees a little bit closer together and come into a neutral spine. We're going to turn the fingers so they point towards the knees, and you can gently start to rock back and forth, just giving the wrists a nice stretch. And then slowly, let's bring the shoulders over the wrists, turn the hands so the palms point up, and let's hold here. Maybe rocking back and forth, maybe just staying still. And then let's slowly come back to tabletop and sit back on your heels. Make sure that the little pinky toes are also untucked here. And then let's take a deep breath in, reach the arms above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's interlace all 10 fingers and just push the palms of the hands away from you. And here, try to separate your shoulder blades, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And then breathing in, reach the arms above the head. Try to keep your ribs squeezing in, so we're not going to arch the back, so keeping the spine nice and straight. Ribs squeeze in, and try to bring your arms behind your shoulders. And then breathing out, release, interlace the hands at the lower back, and open up the heart. Now you can pull the chest forward and up. And slowly, let's come back to tabletop. Maybe untuck the toes, tap the tops of the feet into the mat. And now let's retuck the toes. As you breathe in, let's open up the front body. Now as you breathe out, round the spine, and as you do, we're going to lift the left knee and bring your right toes to your right forearm. And then drop back down, arch the back as you breathe in. Exhale, round, left toes to left forearm. Inhale, come back to tabletop. So thinking of cat and cow, just with that extra movement. Breathing out, right toes, right forearm. Inhale to open. We're gonna move a little slower today, just so that we can really focus on control. And so here what you want to avoid is kicking right toes to right forearm. So you don't want to do that. Try to go as slow tap as possible. And if you don't touch, it's okay. Just go as far as you can. Left toes, left forearm. Let's do 2 more on each side. Right toes, right forearm. Left toes, left forearm, really pushing into the mat with the hands, lifting shoulders towards the ears. And one more on each side. All right, let's do one more on each side. So right toes, right forearm, pause there. And let's drop the right foot just behind the right wrist. Drop your left knee, Anjanasana. So it's a little bit of a shorter Anjanasana. We're just gonna keep the right foot a little closer to the left knee. Bring the hands to the heart space. Sink into the hips. And then breathing in, let's reach back and up. Hold for 5. 3, squeeze the left glute. 2, and 1. Frame your right foot with both hands. Standing splits, left leg rises. As you breathe out, left toes tap the left wrist. So that same compression, just from standing splits. For 4, left toes, left wrist. 3. Inhale, send it back. Try to lift your left leg as high as you can each time. 2. And 1. Hold, left toes, left wrist. Now let's cross the left foot over the right foot. So the outer blades of the feet are touching. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. And as you breathe in with a flat back, rise up high mountain. Left hand holds the right wrist. Let's side bend to the left. And then breathing in, come back through center. Hands at the heart space. Let's bring the right knee into the chest. So from behind, pull the right knee into the chest. Slow motion, step the right foot back and try to hover the right foot off the mat for just a second. So bend your left knee as much as you can. Hold there. And then release the right foot. Right hand will go just in front of your left foot. And then let's lift the left arm up, maybe coming into wild thing. As you breathe out, let's look down. Left hand finds the floor. Left toes come on your right heel or your right ankle. Let's lower into 1 push-up, or you can just hold plank. So exhale, lower, push-up. Release the left toes, plank. Again, hold here, or 1 push-up. And then drop the knees, tabletop. Now inhale, open up front body. Exhale, left toes, left wrist. Drop both knees, inhale, open up front body. Exhale, right toes, right wrist. 2 more on each side. And 1 more on the right, right toes, right wrist. And then left toes, left wrist. Step your left foot just behind the left wrist and drop the right knee, lift the chest. If you need to bring that left foot a little bit more through center, you can. Hands to the back of the head. Inhale, reach up and back. And try to keep squeezing the ribs in, so don't just collapse into your lower back. And as you breathe out, frame the left foot. Standing splits, right leg rises as high as possible. And then exhale, right toes to right wrist. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, right toes, right wrist for 4. 3. 2. 1, hold, right toes, right wrist. And see if you can cross the right foot in front of your left foot. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. And breathing in with a flat back, rise up, high mountain. Right hand holds the left wrist, side bend to the right. Breathing in, come back up through center. Exhale, hands to the heart space, not fold forward. Left knee comes into the chest, breathe in. And then let's step the left foot as far back as possible, trying to hover it off the mat. So it's almost touching. And then step it down. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up, twist open to the right. Either stay there or come into wild thing. As you breathe out, right hand comes down on the mat, right toes hook the right heel. Stay here in high plank or one push-up. Release the foot, normal high plank, stay there or one more push-up. And let's take one more push-up. And then drop the knees, drop the elbows, pull yourself forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, come high on the toes, bend the knees, look forward, active squat, step or jump the feet to the outsides of the hands. And let's hold for 3, 2, and 1. Breathing out, straighten the legs, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. Optional crow pose before we jump back, depending on what time of the day it is. If it's early in the morning, take it easy. And then we jump back into your vinyasa of choice. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're going to keep playing with that idea of compression. As you breathe in, let's lift the right leg up high. Bend the right knee, open up the hip, and let's drop the left elbow. Hold for 3. And now coming back to three-legged dog, so lifting the left elbow, straightening the right leg. Flex your right toes. Exhale, right toes to right wrist. So keep that right leg straight and bring it as close as possible. If it stops earlier, if you touch the floor here in the middle of the mat, that's okay. And then come back to three-legged dog. So just do your best. Really push into the mat, come high onto your left toes. Squeeze navel into the spine. 3 more times. For 3, 2, and 1. Right foot steps just behind the right leg. Let's lift the left leg so we're in like a half standing splits. Chest is a little bit more lifted. As you breathe out, knee to nose. Inhale, send the left leg back. Exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, send it back for 3, 2, and 1. Hold here, knee to nose. Option to just hold and squeeze as hard as you can, or pistol squat, but we're gonna come back here, so just making sure you can stand up again. So pistol squat, and then come back. Now we extend the left leg, bend the right knee, hands to the heart space, bent-legged warrior 3. Hold for 5, 4, 3, squeeze the left glute to lift left leg a little higher, 2, and 1. Step the left foot back, double bent-legged lunge, and we hold. Reach the arms up. Now we're going to twist to the right, keeping both legs super bent for 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's keep holding. Right hand finds the left hamstring. Left arm reaches up, or the lower back. You can bend your elbow. Squeeze inner thighs together. Good. Slowly we come into pyramid pose. So we're straightening both legs, cartwheeling the hands down. Maybe flexing the right toes. Now from here, we're going to come into side plank on the left hand. See if you can keep this right leg straight. So right arm reaches up, pivot onto the outer blade of the left foot, and then pull that right foot all the way up to the sky. Hold. And then maybe a wild thing. Nice and controlled. That's the focus of the class today. Slow, controlled, strong movements. Come back to plank, right toes hook the left heel. Optional, stay there or one push-up. Normal push-up. And then push-up before your vinyasa. Pull through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's take 2 more breaths here. As you breathe in, left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up the hand, and let's drop the right elbow. Left palm lifts. Slowly come back to 3-legged dog. Inhale. Left toes to left wrist for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your left foot down, right leg rises. So kind of like a warrior 3 or standing splits, fingertips to the mat. And then let's bring knee to nose for 5. Inhale, extend. 4, 3. Focus on the glutes. 2, 1. Hold. Either stay there and squeeze or pistol squat. And then come back up. Right leg extends. Bend your left knee a lot, hands to the heart space. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Double bent legged lunge. Step the right foot back, reach the arms up. Tuck the tailbone for 3. Now let's twist to the left. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. Squeeze the inner thighs together as hard as you can. And then lastly, a little back bend. Left hand can come on the lower back or the back of the right leg. Right arm reaches up. And then slowly, pyramid pose, straightening both legs. Can make your way there slowly and controlled. Sometimes moving slower is so much harder than faster pace. You really have to think of every single step in between the shapes, and they almost become the shape. Now let's plant the right hand. Come into your side plank. Again, step by step. Your whole body working together. And then maybe Wild thing. Try to see how lightly you can land, how slowly you can move. Let's come into high plank. Left toes hook the right heel, push up. Unhook the feet, push up. And then your vinyasa. Let's walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, roll up, high mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's come high on the toes. And then slowly lower hips to heels. Once you arrive, lean back and knees touch the floor. And then heels touch the floor. Knees and heels. Knees and heels. We hold, maybe reaching the arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the knees back down. Bring your hands out in front of you. Downward facing dog. And we're going to move through that sequence, one breath, one movement, just adding a little at the end. So right leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip, breathe in. Exhale, right toes to right wrist, straight leg. 3 times only for 3, 2, and 1. Right foot steps just behind the right wrist. Left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose for 3, 2, and 1. Pistol squat or stay there. And come all the way back. Bent legged warrior 3 is where we meet. And then step the left foot back. Double bent legged lunge, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay there or a little back bend. Maybe right hand goes a little bit further down the left leg. And then into pyramid pose. You can pause in the center, readjust the feet as you need, and let's fold forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Now plant your left hand for side plank. Right leg lifts in the air, maybe smoothly going into wild thing. Now we're going to add fallen star. So right hand comes down, right knee to left elbow, extend your right leg but keep it in the air and hold for 5, 4, keep lifting the right hip, 3, 2, and 1. Release the right foot. Left foot steps to the top left corner of the mat. Right foot steps to the top right corner of the mat. Active squat, inhale. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees. Plant the hands, maybe a crow pose, maybe step or jump back. Your vinyasa of choice. Deep breath in. We meet in down dog and exhale. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, drop the right elbow. Deep breath in here and exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left toes, left wrist for 3, 2, and 1. Step the left foot forward, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose for 3, 2, and 1. Either stay there or pistol squat. And then come back up. We meet in bent leg Warrior 3, breathe in. Breathe out, step back, double bent legged lunge, reach the arms up. Exhale, vertical twist to the left. Inhale, maybe the back bend. Exhale, slowly come out of it. Pyramid pose, take your time to get there safely. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the right hand, side plank. Maybe wild thing. And then we're adding fallen star. So left hand comes down, left knee, right elbow. Extend the left leg out, right arm reaches up, and keep your left leg in the air for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the left foot, look towards the top right corner. Right foot steps over the left leg to the top right corner of the mat. Active squat, left foot steps to the top left corner. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands to the heart space. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, maybe crow pose. And then step or jump back, your vinyasa. We meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. This is a good time if you want to drop the knees down in child's pose. We're here for 5 breaths. Reconnecting to your intention, reconnecting to your body, to your breath. Noticing everything that has changed. We will eventually meet back in downward facing dog whenever you're ready. On your next inhale, right leg rises. We're just going to change up the sequence a little bit. Bend that right knee, drop the left elbow, open up the hip. Deep breath in. Now breathing out, we step the right foot just behind the right wrist, keeping that right leg straight. Now let's lift the left leg. And now we're going to place left knee on top of left elbow. Think of crow pose, but without the right knee. So you can either stay here, it might feel really weird. If you want, you can see if you can lift that right leg, maybe straightening it out. And then we eventually step right foot to the back of the mat. So wherever you are, we meet in 3-legged dog, the left leg in the air. Left knee to right elbow. Extend the left leg out, right arm reaches up. And then exhale, let's sit down. Inhale, now make sure you don't move so you're diagonally facing the back of your mat. Lengthen your spine, and let's fold forward for 5. And then breathing in, let's make our way back up. Now we're going to do a little bit of a funky transition. I cannot take credit for this one. I saw it on Instagram and I thought it was so cool. So right hand comes behind your right hip. Let's push into the right hand, lift the hips. So you're in fallen star, right hand is off the mat. Now we're going to pull right knee into right elbow. So you're completely off the mat now. Hold. And then let's step the left hand down and the right foot to the top of the mat. And then the left foot to the back of the mat. Prasarita. Let's fold forward. And here, if there's any inversion you want to take, a headstand, a pincha press, a handstand press, go ahead. I think I'm a little too tired today for any of that, but please have some fun. And then breathing in whenever you're ready. So if you're still in your inversion, please take your time. We'll meet in a halfway lift. Arms reach out. And then let's come into Skandasana to the right. Skandasana to the left. And then all the way over to a lunge. Left hand finds the floor. Pivot into your wild thing. And then maybe into your full wheel if you want to go there. So here, right leg is bent. Now you would just bend the left knee and then lift the hips. Right hand finds the floor. And then pivot your left hand. Just something to explore. Come out the same way you came in. So first pivot the left hand, lift the right hand off the mat, straighten left leg, and we're back in wild thing. Come into your high plank, vinyasa. Deep breath in and out. And last time, left side, left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up the hip, drop that right elbow. And then let's bring the left toes to left wrist, keeping that left leg straight. Lift the right leg. Now remember, right knee over the right elbow. And you really need to bend your elbows a lot. Make sure you have that right knee placed nicely. Maybe find one-legged crow. Step left foot back, right leg reaches up high, three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow, fallen star, left arm reaches up. And then let's sit down. A little rest, forward fold, deep breath in, exhale, fold between the legs. Hands can support you, elbows can support you, wherever you land is good. Just make sure wherever you are, you're there mindfully. And play around with engagement. So we're not just folding forward, we're also squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes, maybe pushing the heels down into the mat. Play around with all that engagement, squeezing navel in. It's often the smallest little adjustments that can make the biggest difference. And slowly, let's make our way up. Now the left hand goes behind your left hip. Let's lift the hips. Left knee touches your left elbow. Hold. And then bring your right hand down, off the mat as well. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right foot to the back of the mat. Prasarita. Deep breath in to find more length. Exhale to fold deeper. And again, if you want to take an inversion, this is your moment. And whenever you're ready, we make our way up, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the left knee, Skandasana. Bend the right knee, Skandasana. Make your way to the top of the mat. Right hand finds the floor, left arm reaches up. Wild thing. Maybe all the way into full wheel. And then slowly make your way back out into high plank. Maybe one more chaturanga. And into downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And exhale, release. Let's make our way through tabletop. Walk the knees forward, come all the way down to the back. And you can roll one vertebra at a time onto your mat. Knees into the chest. And let's rock side to side. And then both knees fall over to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left. And breathing in, come back through center. And then both knees go to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right. Let's come back through center, knees into the chest. And you can come into reclined butterfly pose, resting right hand on the stomach, left hand on the chest. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. One more deep, full breath in. Exhale, release. And let go of your breath completely. If you want to stay here and do a few cycles of square breath, breathing in, holding the breath, breathing out, and holding the breath at the same count, you can. Otherwise, just staying here instead of Shavasana. And if at any point you want to straighten your legs into Shavasana, you can. We'll stay here for a few moments together, in silence and in stillness. You can stay here for longer if you have the time. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know, and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you again on the mat next week. Have a wonderful one.